Good morning, everyone. Buddy here from the Denman Homestead. Kind of a little bit of a chilly morning. I mean, not too chilly. I'm still in shorts and a t-shirt. It's 56 degrees. Sun's coming up. I've got a couple of things I wanted to get done today or earlier. Early in the day, I should say. So, this pile of mulch here behind me, I gotta get that moved. It's not a huge pile. I don't think I'm gonna need to bother anyone for a tractor. I could just do it by hand. But there's a water line that's gonna go in there at some point this weekend that runs the water up to the barn. The other thing I've got to get done is I've got to situate the garden today because of the placement of the barn. The garden rows are being shortened to 100 foot per row instead of 110, which is what they are right now. So 110 feet. We didn't really plan it to be 10 foot over 100 foot anyway. We just dug the rows however long we wanted them, and they ended up being 110 feet. But now we do need that extra 10 feet here at the front. We need to recover it because it's right off the back of the barn, super close. So the the garden rows are gonna move up 10 feet, and we'll cut 100 foot off the row. We'll cut 10 foot off the row, it's still early, which is gonna give us exactly 100 foot rows, or close to 100 foot rows, which works out when you're talking about measuring and planning out and materials and things like that. It's just easier to do if each row is 100 foot. Well, enough talking about it. Let's be about it. All right, I got the majority of it moved out of the way. I was taking it over to the big pile, one load at a time, but really I just needed to move it over out of the way so that the line could be ran. So that was what I did. Right here is where they connect the line, and now it's got a clear path to the slab without any mulch on it. So I'm good with that for right now. Let's get started on the garden move. All right, well, before I start on the garden, I need to water the slab. The slab is 3 days old now. So today would be, the slab is 4 days old now. So today would be the third day of watering. And I've tried to do it in the morning once and in the afternoon once. I did miss one morning. But for the first 5 or 6 days, as the slab is curing, it's just drawing in all the moisture it can. And if there isn't enough moisture for it to draw in to cure all those parts, deep inside the slab, there's a chance it could be more fragile, more brittle, it could crack on you internally. So I have been trying to, keep water on it twice a day as the sun comes out. We haven't had any rain, so as the sun beats down on it, it's drying it up pretty quickly, but at least it's getting a good watering. So I'm gonna get the morning watering knocked out, and then we'll do the garden. Actually, then maybe we'll feed the chickens and then we'll do the garden. We'll see. Okay, so what I like to do after I do the full slab, watering the full slab, is by the time I'm done, you can turn around and you can just see all of the spots where the water absorbed immediately, because they're like gray again, light gray. So I just go back, spray a little bit more water on those sections. And then this afternoon, I will do the exact same thing again. All right, let's get these chickens fed. Good morning, ladies. I thought there was eggs on the ground next to the food bin, but these are the fake eggs. I guess Steph laid them there. Luna, out. Alright, so the plan with the garden moving, as you can see right here in the middle of these two fences, we have one that's shorter than the other. So that was just because of how much fencing we had, which ended up being about 100 foot of fencing, and everything else kept going a little further. So the idea is I'm going to go ahead and cut the fencing where this one is and line them both up, and then cut out the weed fabric where the fencing ends all the way down. Steph's already cut a good amount of it out, and then put the T-post back in, and we'll have like the distance we need for each one. So let's get started.
Dad,
Hey, baby.
did you not see me right here?
I did. Smashed my finger. Yikes.
Dad.
Need some better wire cutters. This is not cutting it. Literally. I got wire cutters. Just use wire cutters, guys. If you're cutting wire, don't. This is why I cannot wait to have this barn up, because as I move, and I know a lot of you probably feel me on this, when you move everything into a blank slate and you can get it all organized one at a time as you bring it in, such a good feeling. Doesn't always last, hardly ever lasts, but it's a good feeling to like bring everything in, keep it organized one at a time, have it in the spot you need. Just like when I was looking for these wire cutters in the garage, couldn't find them, so I just grabbed 10 snips and I was like, nah, this will be cool. And then I smashed my finger open. I got wire cutters now. Using the right tool for the job. think you can kind of get the picture of what we're going for here now. See how the fencing and the fabric up into the okra, so I gotta do the okra. It's all moved up this way, which is gonna give us access into the back of the barn here. So that is the idea. And then from here, I'll grab the shovel, flatten out these rows, make it just like flat ground again. And then we get to start the process of mulching the walkways. So, granted, a lot of this this garden should have plants in it already, fall plants. And the side garden does, but I don't know, it's just a lot going on. The barn and the Etsy store. But we're not giving up on the garden. I mean, we gotta get at least the Brussels sprouts in the ground. Well, actually, the Brussels sprouts are in the ground. That's what's over in the side garden. Well, I don't know. There's like 200 plants inside her little mini greenhouse that need to get planted pretty soon. So I'm gonna keep plugging away at this. Show you guys something pretty cool over here by the garden. Check this out. So these are spider lilies, and they pop up all over around here around this time. This is the first bunch I've seen pop up, but they're usually just kind of along the driveway. They just pop up in little clusters like that. Super pretty. Yeah, so this is the wild spider lilies that we got. Okay, well, thanks for joining me this morning, everyone, as I started to knock out some of my weekend projects. I'll continue finishing up here and hopefully give you guys an update tomorrow or maybe Monday on how everything's going with the garden. Alright, I'll catch y'all later. Bye.